The Price of Arrogance. The Nexer Empire's flagship, Eternal Glory, hung in space like a metallic predator, its crystalline hull refracting starlight in mesmerizing patterns. Supreme Commander Vexthor stood at the command center, his four eyes fixed on the holographic display of New Haven, humanity's most distant colony. Primitive architecture, he muttered, mandibles clicking in disgust. They don't even have planetary shields. His crew maintained respectful silence as he studied the settlement's layout. 20 million humans had made this their home, building cities and farms across the temperate world. The Nexer Empire had encountered many species during its expansion, but humans were different. They'd appeared suddenly, establishing colonies with remarkable speed, yet showed no signs of military capability. No warships, no defense platforms, not even basic orbital weapons. It was puzzling. Commander, First Officer Zeratel approached, her carapace gleaming under the bridge lights. Our intelligence confirms the humans have rejected our ultimatum. They refuse to acknowledge Nexer sovereignty and continue to expand their colonies. Vexthor's upper eyes narrowed. Then we shall teach them the price of defiance. Begin the attack sequence. Across the vast ship, weapon systems hummed to life. The crystalline hull pulsed with energy as ancient technologies awakened. The Nexer Empire had conquered 1,000 worlds with these weapons. Humanity would be no different. On New Haven's surface, the morning sun painted the sky in brilliant oranges and pinks. Children gathered at the Central Education Complex, a sprawling campus where young minds learned about their place among the stars. Dr. Sarah Chen watched her students file into the quantum physics lab, their excitement palpable. Today we're studying parallel dimension theory, she announced, smiling at their enthusiasm. These children represented humanity's future, their curiosity and wonder untainted by fear or prejudice. The first indication something was wrong came from the sky. The morning light dimmed as massive shadows passed overhead. Sarah looked up through the transparent ceiling, her heart stopping at the sight of Nexer warships moving into position. Emergency protocols, she shouted, activating the school's safety systems. But before the shields could engage, the world turned white. The Nexer attack was precise and devastating. Concentrated energy beams sliced through buildings and infrastructure. The education complex, with its 5,000 students and staff, vanished in an instant of searing light. From his command center, Vexthor watched the destruction with clinical detachment. Resistance level, he asked. None, Commander. Their defensive capabilities are negligible. As expected, continue the assault. Let this be a lesson to all who would defy the Empire. The attack lasted 20 minutes. When it ended, New Haven's major cities lay in ruins. Millions dead, millions more injured or displaced. The Nexer flagship turned away, its mission accomplished. But in their arrogance, they failed to notice something crucial. Deep beneath New Haven's surface, in bunkers unknown even to most humans, quantum computers whirred to life. Emergency signals raced across subspace, carrying news of the attack. On Earth, in a hidden facility beneath the Pacific Ocean, Admiral Helena Zhao received the transmission. Her face remained impassive as she reviewed the casualty reports, but her hands trembled with controlled fury. They targeted schools, she said softly, her voice carrying to every officer in the command center. They killed our children. The room fell silent. Everyone knew what this meant. For a century, humanity had hidden its true nature, presenting an image of peaceful expansion, while secretly preparing for a war they hoped would never come. Admiral Zhou opened a secure channel to the Global Defense Council, authorization requested to activate the Ghost Fleet. The response came immediately. Granted. She turned to her staff, her eyes hard as diamonds. Send the wake-up call. All ships, all bases. The Nexer Empire believes they've crushed a defenseless colony. A cold smile crossed her face. Let's show them how wrong they are. Across Earth and every human world, hidden facilities began to power up. In asteroid bases and underwater bunkers, beneath Arctic ice and desert sands, humanity's real military awakened. Ships that could bend space and time, weapons that could reshape reality, defenses that could withstand the fury of exploding suns. The Nexar Empire had made a fatal mistake. They thought they were punishing a weak species, teaching them their place in the galaxy. Instead, they had awakened a sleeping giant. Humanity had spent generations preparing for this moment, developing technologies the Nexar couldn't imagine. They had killed Earth's children. Now they would learn why every spacefaring race that came before them had a single terrifying piece of advice: never provoke the humans. As Admiral Zhou initiated the deployment sequence, she thought of those 5,000 students, of Dr. Chen and her physics class, of all the innocent lives lost on New Haven. The Nexar Empire thought they had won a great victory. Soon they would understand the true meaning of regret. "Begin Operation Prometheus," she commanded. "Show no mercy." Awakening the giant. Supreme Commander Vexthor's victory celebration was interrupted by an urgent transmission. The crystalline walls of his private quarters shimmered as a holographic projection materialized, showing his intelligence chief's agitated face. "Commander, we've detected unusual energy signatures across human space. Massive power spikes at locations where our scans previously showed nothing." Vexthor's mandibles clicked in irritation. "Elaborate." "Sir, it's as if entire facilities are emerging from nowhere. We're tracking thousands of anomalies. The humans, they're not what we thought." Before Vexthor could respond, the ship's emergency alarms blared. The deck beneath his feet vibrated as ancient defense systems activated automatically. Something was coming. Something big. In the vast darkness of space between New Haven and Earth, reality itself began to tear. Massive ships emerged from quantum space, their hulls gleaming with a metal that seemed to absorb light rather than reflect it. These weren't the simple transport vessels the Nexar had observed. These were warships, each one larger than the eternal glory. Admiral Zhou stood on the bridge of the TES Reckoning, Earth's most advanced quantum dreadnought. The ship's neural interface connected directly to her consciousness, allowing her to feel every system, every weapon, every shield generator. Around her, 500,000 similar vessels moved into attack formation. "Status report," she commanded. "All Ghost Fleet vessels present and accounted for. Admiral. Quantum drive stable. Phase shields at maximum. The Nexus Network is online." The Nexus Network, humanity's greatest achievement. While other races focused on brute force technology, humans had discovered how to link their ships' quantum computers into a single universe-spanning intelligence. Every vessel could act as one, sharing data and responding to threats faster than thought itself. "Begin Phase 1, Zhao ordered. "Show them what they've awakened." Across human space, hidden bases revealed themselves. Massive orbital platforms emerged from quantum storage. Defensive installations appeared on planets the Nexar thought were defenseless. A century of preparation, of hidden technological development, all unveiled in a single moment. On Earth, the Global Defense Council convened in their real headquarters, a quantum-shielded facility deep beneath the Mariana Trench. Council leader Marcus Chen, father of the late Dr. Sarah Chen, addressed his colleagues. "The Nexar Empire believes they have witnessed humanity's response to their attack. They are wrong. What they see now is merely our first line of defense." He paused, his grief for his daughter hardening into resolve. "Authorize full deployment. All phases." In the Nexar Empire's royal palace, Emperor Zextol received the reports with growing horror. The humans had hidden their true nature for decades, presenting themselves as peaceful colonists while building the largest military force the galaxy had ever seen. "Impossible," he whispered, watching recordings of human quantum ships appearing from nowhere. "Their technology, it surpasses even the ancient ones." His advisors scrambled to understand what they were seeing. Human vessels could phase through solid matter, their quantum drives allowing them to ignore the basic laws of physics. Their weapons didn't just destroy. They erased matter from existence, sending it into parallel dimensions. Back on the eternal glory, Vexthor watched in mounting dread as human warships surrounded his fleet. Their sensors couldn't lock onto the Earth vessels. They seemed to exist in multiple states simultaneously, like quantum particles defying observation. "Sir," his tactical officer's voice shook. "They're hailing us." Admiral Zhou's hologram appeared on the bridge, her expression cold as space itself. "Supreme Commander Vexthor, you attacked our children. You believed us weak, defenseless. That mistake will cost you everything." "Wait." Vexthor's arrogance crumbled in the face of overwhelming force. "We can negotiate." "The time for negotiation ended when you targeted our schools. You wanted to teach humanity a lesson." Zhou's voice carried the weight of a species' unified rage. "Class is now in session." The human fleet moved as one, their quantum-linked ships executing maneuvers that should have been impossible. The Nexar Empire was about to learn why humanity had hidden its true power for so long. It wasn't out of fear, it was out of mercy. As the first quantum weapons powered up, Admiral Zhou thought of New Haven's ruins, of the children who would never see another sunrise. The Nexar Empire had wanted to show humanity its place in the galaxy. Now humanity would show them theirs. The Ghost Fleet rises. The quantum drives of Earth's Ghost Fleet pulsed with otherworldly energy, their synchronized hum resonating across space-time itself. Admiral Zhou had divided her forces into 3 attack groups: Vengeance, Justice, and Retribution. Each comprised over 100,000 ships, their quantum-linked AIs coordinating movements with picosecond precision. "Execute Pattern Omega," Zhou commanded. The Nexus network translated her thoughts into action instantly. The fleet split apart, ships phasing through each other in maneuvers that defied conventional physics. To the Nexar observers, it appeared as if reality itself was fragmenting. Vexthor's flagship, the Eternal Glory, fired its primary weapons. Beams of destructive energy lanced out toward the human vessels and passed straight through them. The ships existed in a quantum state between dimensions, untouchable by conventional weapons. Impossible. Vexthor's mandibles clattered in fear. Target their command ship. Full power. The Eternal Glory's crystalline hull blazed with energy as it unleashed its full arsenal. For a moment, the void was filled with deadly light. But when it faded, the human ships remained untouched, their phase shields having redirected the energy into parallel dimensions. Admiral Zhou's voice echoed through every Nexar communication channel. "Your weapons cannot harm what they cannot truly touch. Allow us to demonstrate how real warfare is conducted." The Ghost Fleet's quantum weapons activated. Instead of firing energy beams or projectiles, they manipulated the fabric of space-time itself. Spheres of altered reality expanded from their targets, sending sections of Nexar ships into different dimensions. The effect was horrifying. Capital ships split apart as portions of their hull simply ceased to exist in normal space. "Multiple targets eliminated," reported Zhou's tactical officer. "The Nexar fleet is attempting to retreat." "They're learning," Zhou nodded. "But the lesson isn't over." On Earth, the Global Defense Council watched the battle through quantum-entangled displays. Council leader Chen studied the tactical readouts with grim satisfaction. The Nexar were learning what humanity had known for generations. True power lay not in brute force, but in understanding the fundamental laws of reality itself. The human fleet's technology was the result of a discovery made a century ago. Scientists had found that consciousness itself could influence quantum states. By linking human minds with quantum computers, they had created weapons that could alter reality through focused thought. Vexthor watched in horror as his fleet was systematically dismantled. Ships vanished into quantum voids, their crews trapped between dimensions. Others found their weapons and engines simply ceasing to function as the humans altered the physical constants in localized space. "Send the surrender signal," he ordered, his arrogance completely shattered. Before they A quantum sphere engulfed the eternal glories bridge. For a moment, Vexthor existed in multiple realities simultaneously. He saw versions of himself from parallel timelines, each one making different choices, each one facing the consequences of their actions. When reality stabilized, his ship was intact, but changed. The crystalline technology that had made the Nexer Empire powerful for millennia had been fundamentally altered at the quantum level. It was now little more than ordinary glass. "Your weapons have been neutralized," Zhao informed him. "Your fleet is disabled. Now, you will watch." The Ghost Fleet moved toward the nearest Nexer colony world. Not to attack, but to demonstrate. Quantum fields enveloped abandoned sections of the planet's surface, transforming them into testing grounds. The humans proceeded to showcase weapons that didn't just destroy, they rewrote the laws of physics themselves. Mountains phased out of existence. Valleys were time-locked, forever frozen in a single moment. Quantum singularities danced between ships in complicated patterns, their gravity used not to destroy, but to demonstrate precision and control. In his palace, Emperor Zextal received the reports with growing despair. The humans weren't just winning. They were conducting a masterclass in warfare. Each demonstration revealed new capabilities, new technologies that made the Nexer Empire's greatest achievements look primitive. "They've been hiding this power all along," he realized. "Every colony we thought was defenseless, every human world we considered vulnerable, they were watching us, studying us, waiting to see what we would do." Admiral Zhou's fleet continued its advance, methodically neutralizing Nexer defenses without causing a single casualty. This wasn't just revenge, it was education. The quantum weapons could have easily erased the entire Nexer civilization from existence. Instead, they were being used to teach. As the Ghost Fleet approached the Nexer throne world, Zhou thought about the children of New Haven. Their deaths had forced humanity to reveal its true nature, to demonstrate why they had chosen to hide their power for so long. The galaxy was about to learn why Earth's first contact protocols had always emphasized peace. Because war, real war, fought with humanity's full capabilities, was too horrible to contemplate. Breaking the Empire. The Nexer throne world of Imperialis hung in space like a jewel, its crystalline cities reflecting starlight in rainbow patterns. For 10,000 years, it had stood as the unassailable center of Nexer power. Now it faced something unprecedented. 500,000 human warships emerging from quantum space, their dark hulls absorbing light and hope alike. Emperor Zextal stood in his crystal spire, watching the human fleet approach. The palace's quantum sensors revealed a truth more terrifying than the ships themselves. Huge sections of space around the fleet simply didn't exist in normal reality. The humans had carved out their own pocket of space-time, operating under physics of their own design. "Your Majesty," his chief scientist approached, mandibles trembling. "Analysis of their technology suggests they're not just using quantum mechanics, they're rewriting them." In orbit, Admiral Zhou's fleet moved with impossible precision. The Nexus network coordinated every ship, every weapon, every quantum field. But today, they would show the Nexer something new. "Begin final demonstration," Zhou commanded. "Initiate Protocol Omega." The Ghost Fleet split into geometric patterns, ships arranging themselves into complex three-dimensional formations. Energy began to flow between vessels, quantum fields interacting in ways that made reality itself shudder. On the palace sensors, the Nexer watched in horror as space itself began to fold. The human ships weren't just coordinating, they were combining their quantum fields, creating effects on a scale never before witnessed. "They're rewriting local space-time," the scientist whispered. "The laws of physics within that region. They're whatever the humans want them to be." Zhao's voice echoed through every communication device on Imperialis. "Your empire was built on the assumption that your understanding of physics was supreme, that your crystalline technology represented the peak of possible achievement. We let you believe this. The fleet's formation tightened, and the fabric of reality rippled. Around Imperialis, quantum fields began to alter fundamental forces. Gravity wavered. Light bent in impossible ways. The crystalline technology that powered the Nexer civilization flickered as its underlying physical principles were rewritten. For generations, we watched as you conquered and subjugated other races. Zhao continued. We stayed hidden not out of fear, but because we knew that once we revealed ourselves, the galaxy would never be the same. In the palace, Emperor Zextal received reports of crystalline systems failing across the empire. Ships, weapons, even basic tools, anything based on their ancient technology was being rendered useless as the humans altered the quantum laws that made them function. Their attack on New Haven forced our hand. Zhao's voice carried the weight of humanity's collective grief and determination. You killed our children, and in doing so, you forced us to show the galaxy why we chose peace. The Ghost Fleet's formation reached its final configuration. The quantum fields merged completely, creating a space where the normal laws of physics simply ceased to exist. Within this region, human ships moved in ways that made Nexer scientists' minds break trying to comprehend. We could have done this at any time, Zhao explained. We could have erased your civilization from existence. Instead, we chose to hide our power, to give you and others the chance to evolve beyond conquest and dominance. Emperor Zextal watched as his empire's mighty defenses were systematically neutralized, not through destruction, but through the fundamental alteration of reality itself. The humans weren't just defeating them. They were changing the basic principles that had made their civilization possible. Your Majesty, his advisor's voice shook. We're receiving reports from across the empire. All military installations, all major cities, the humans have created quantum fields around them. Our technology. Nothing works anymore. In orbit, Admiral Zhou prepared for the final phase. The Nexer Empire had ruled through fear and technological superiority. Now they would learn what true technological superiority looked like. You believe yourselves the masters of this galaxy, she addressed the Emperor directly. Today, you learn that you have been playing with toys, while others mastered reality itself. The quantum fields pulsed one final time. Across the Nexer Empire, crystalline technology went dark. 10,000 years of technological development, rendered obsolete in minutes by humans who had chosen to reveal only a fraction of their true capabilities. The empire that had thought itself invincible was broken, not by violence, but by the casual demonstration of power so far beyond their comprehension that it seemed like magic. And as their civilization teetered on the brink, they faced a terrifying question. What would humanity do next? Mercy after victory. In the quantum-altered space around Imperialis, Admiral Zhao's Ghost Fleet held position, their dark hulls reflecting the light of a civilization brought to its knees. The Nexer Empire, which had dominated the galaxy for 10,000 years, waited in silence for humanity's final judgment. Emperor Zextal stood in his darkened throne room, the once brilliant crystalline walls now dull and lifeless. Through quantum-linked communications, he watched as human ships maintained their perfect formation, their power undiminished despite hours of reality-altering demonstrations. You have shown us the depths of your power, Zextal transmitted, his voice carrying the weight of a broken empire. We await your justice. The quantum fields surrounding Imperialis rippled as Admiral Zhou's flagship phased into existence directly above the crystal spire. Unlike the brutal attack on New Haven, this was not to be a demonstration of destruction, but of something far more powerful. Your empire killed our children. Zhao's voice resonated through every corner of the Nexer worlds. You believed us weak, thought our peaceful expansion meant we were defenseless. That mistake has cost you everything. In the ruins of New Haven, quantum engineers were already at work. Reality itself bent to their will as they reconstructed the destroyed cities, using technology that could reshape matter at its most fundamental level. The dead could not be brought back, but their memory would be honored. We could destroy your civilization, Zhao continued. We could erase your species from existence, scatter your atoms across 1,000,000 dimensions, but that would make us no better than you. The Ghost Fleet's formation shifted, quantum fields adjusting to create a new pattern. Above every Nexar world, the laws of physics gradually returned to normal. Crystalline technology flickered back to life, but changed, altered at the quantum level to prevent its use as a weapon. Instead, we offer you something you never gave others: mercy. On Earth, the Global Defense Council watched through quantum-linked displays as Admiral Zhao implemented the final phase of their response. Council leader Chen, still grieving for his daughter, nodded in approval. This was what made humanity different, not their power, but how they chose to use it. Your empire will be dismantled, Zhao announced. Your weapons neutralized. Your ability to make war has been removed at the quantum level. But your people will live, your worlds will remain yours, and you will have the opportunity to learn what we learned long ago. The quantum fields pulsed one final time, and across Nexar space, something unprecedented happened. Knowledge began to flow, not through conventional transmission, but through quantum-entangled data streams embedded in reality itself. The humans were sharing information, teaching the Nexar about their own technology. This is what you could have had, Zhao explained, if you had chosen to talk instead of attack. The quantum sciences we mastered are not meant for war. They are tools of creation, of exploration, of understanding the universe itself. Emperor Zextal watched in amazement as the data streamed into their archives. The humans weren't just showing mercy, they were offering evolution, a chance to transform the Nexar's warlike civilization into something greater. Your empire was built on domination, Zhao continued. Ours was built on understanding. We hid our power because we knew that true strength lies not in the ability to destroy, but in the wisdom to know when not to. Across the former empire, Nexar scientists began to understand what they were being given. The humans had mastered quantum mechanics not to wage war, but to unlock the deepest mysteries of existence. Their ships could alter reality because they had learned to see it as it truly was, infinite with possibility. You killed our children, Zhao's voice softened slightly. That debt can never be fully repaid, but perhaps in time, you can honor their memory by becoming something better than what you are. The quantum fields began to dissipate, reality settling back into its normal patterns. But the changes the humans had made remained. Subtle alterations in the fabric of space-time that would prevent the Nexar from ever again building weapons of mass destruction. This is your chance, Zhao concluded. Learn from it, grow from it, because if you ever again harm an innocent child, human or otherwise, you will find that what we have shown you today was but a fraction of what we can do. The Ghost Fleet began to phase away, ships disappearing into quantum space. They left behind not a conquered empire, but a civilization being given a second chance. The Nexar would rebuild, but as something new, something that might one day be worthy of joining humanity among the stars. As her flagship prepared to return to Earth, Admiral Zhao looked one last time at the Nexar throne world. The children of New Haven could never be brought back, but perhaps their deaths had served a greater purpose. They had forced humanity to reveal its power, yes, but also its wisdom, its mercy, and its hope for a better galaxy. In the end, that would be their legacy. Not the destruction of an empire, but its transformation. Not revenge, but redemption. Not the power to destroy, but the strength to show mercy. The Ghost Fleet vanished, leaving behind a civilization forever changed by the realization that true power lies not in the ability to take life, but in the choice to preserve it.